Well, welcome back. The holidays are fun and festive, but can also have some dangers for your furry friend. Today, we are joined by Alizon Schwartz with All Pets Considered to talk about what you should know if your family is getting an animal for Christmas and the dangers for any pets you already have. So thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. An important conversation as well, too. We'll start here. What are some of the most common dangers to our pets during the holidays?
There's tons of candy and all kinds of sweet treats and even some savory treats out there that our pets can get a hold of. We have lots of people, visitors coming and going, and lots of presents in the form of food being given to us. And so if our pets get a hold of those, sometimes they can be toxic. Things like chocolate and grapes and onions can be very toxic to dogs. And certain plants can be toxic to cats and dogs, but especially cats. And so those are dangers. Also, visitors coming and going, your doors are opening more frequently. Your animals may be more scared and more prone to dive out the door and run away. And so making sure you have proper tags and proper identification on your pets just in case.
Because when they do that, it happens so quickly too, you know.
Super quickly. And knowing the right places to post, like Paw Boost, and knowing how to check our animal shelter in case your pet gets missing.
Absolutely. Moving on here, I mean, how risky are decorations like the ornaments and then the lights as well too when you have all that spread out in your living room?
Sure. If you're getting a new puppy or kitten this Christmas, they may go to chewing through those light cords, and electrocution is a real danger. But then a lot of those ornaments can be glass and fall and break. So it can cut them, but then it can also be an internal danger for them if they were to eat part of maybe a Christmas tree or part of an ornament and have a foreign object in their stomach. So those kind of things can be very dangerous for pets. So making sure they have proper supervision around Christmas trees is very important.
Yeah, that's a good point to make there. And what should pet owners know about holiday plants, specifically the Christmas trees?
Oh, we all laugh about cats climbing the Christmas trees, but they can pose a real danger from the standpoint of falling over and hurting an animal or hurting a human for that matter. And then also just eating parts of it that can also cause intestinal issues or gastrointestinal upset.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And how can visitors in loud gatherings, affect a pet's stress and behavior? Because, this is a time to have those holiday parties and they're fun, but they can really impact your pets. What are those stresses look like?
So just like us, when all of our family descends, it can be pretty stressful for the humans in the house. It can be even more stressful for the pets. There can be strangers in the home they're not familiar with. And so giving them a safe place to go, like a crate or a room where they have a proper chew or toy, or they have some calming additives like calming herbs for kitty cats, just to give them a place where they can go and de-stress and not have to be around all the hubbub with all the strangers.
I was at a holiday party not too long ago, and they had their pet with like a little chew toy or something to keep them occupied. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, we have lots of different options for people. If you need to occupy your pet this holiday season, we can give you an option to keep them busy so they don't have to be in the melee and they don't have to be stressed out by all the visitors in your home.
Absolutely. And how much does it realistically cost to care for a pet this time of year?
Well, this time of year, all year round, it's expensive to care for a pet, especially with, rising veterinary costs. And all of the things that you have to get. I mean, you have pet food, you have crates, and you have bedding and blankets and things like that. I would say depending on the size of the pet and what kind of pet, it can be anywhere from a couple $100s a month on out of there. They can be very expensive to have, and especially here at the holidays, if you have an emergency during the holiday season, vets can be closed more often, so you find yourself in an ER vet. So it can get quite expensive.
A good gift for your family with pets, though, right?
Yes.
But we have about 45 more seconds. What are some basic needs a new pet will need for people adopting a new furry friend this holiday season?
So you need to get put on a really good food. Go to a store where you can trust and learn about the new pet foods, the different pet foods out there in the market, and what's going to be right for your pet. Not every food's a right fit for every pet. Sometimes there are sensitivities or dietary needs, and we can assist with that. You also need to find a really good treat that you can use as rewards for going potty outside, or use during calming times, or get in the crate, or going for walks. And then safe chew toys That is a really important thing. Not every toy is a safe chew toy. So coming and finding out about why we don't carry rawhide, or why we really recommend a safe chew toy for your pet that's appropriately sized.
Absolutely. Well, again, an important conversation.
Yes.
Thank you so much again for joining us, especially through this holiday season. And remember, if you missed our conversation, you can find it on WFMYnews2.com. And speaking of pets and speaking of the weather, let's talk to our chief meteorologist, Tim Buckley, who is a pet owner himself.